Budweiser camp. Jeff Neff, the crew chief, working on the tubing that goes inside the stabilizer wing. As you can see, it's snapped off from maybe that rough water. Reinforcement going into the right sponson of the 711. That water is taking its toll. That means now that the Budweiser, as it heads out, will not have the wing in the back for Jim Cropfeld. The rundown of the boats: the Bud, the Cellular One, Coors Silver Bullet, and American Speedy Printing for 2A. Boy, what a strange sight, the Budweiser without that tail. There's the Jackie Cooper Cellular One with Todd Yarling out of Madison, Indiana. It looks like it'll be a good start. All four boats running. Bud moving up into contention now for the start. You heard the gun, and here they come down into the south turn. American Speedy Printing in lane number 1 with Andy Coker. The 37-year-old holding on to that lane and trying to fend off the Budweiser as they'll now go down the back chute. American Speedy Printing in first place. Looks like the Budweiser in lane number 2 and second with Jim Cropfeld out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Great acceleration by American Speedy Printing. Keep in mind, yes, the Budweiser is not at full speed. That boat about 500 pounds heavy anyway on the front sponsons, and now without the wing to help. Got to be a tough time for Cropfeld, but here's Andy Coker holding on to first place. From the north turn, American Speedy Printing swinging a little wide, trying to make the Budweiser go even wider as they come down the main straightaway for the first time, completing lap number 1. The Budweiser again without that wing. The enclosed cockpit for Jim Cropfeld in second place in the Bud. First place, American Speedy, Andy Coker. Speed for American Speedy, 114.2 miles per hour. And the Jackie Cooper Cellular One in third place. Andy Coker is running away from the field. What a job of driving. I'm sure Andy wants to improve after clipping a buoy back in the earlier heat. Coker in first place for American Speedy Printing. Down in that rough water in the south turn where the wind goes into the shore and really makes the water very, very rough. But American Speedy, the only conventional boat remaining. This used to be a world championship boat back in the early 70s. Battle for third and fourth, the Coors Silver Bullet on the right of your screen in fourth place. Third place, Jackie Cooper, Cellular One. And back to first place, Andy Coker trying to run away from the other three boats and possibly pick up 400 points. You hear the rumble of the big Griffin engine, and there it is in the Budweiser. Cropfeld having to feel out this boat all over again without that wing, riding very heavy on the sponsons anyway. You've got rough water, no wing. You combine those problems, and you can see why Jim Cropfeld earns his living driving his Budweiser. Third place, Jackie Cooper, Cellular One, and Todd Yarling. What a shot. Thunderbolts coming right at you. Andy Coker with a lot of experience in the 5-liter hydroplanes. In the cab over design, this is the first ride he's had sitting behind the engine, and he's doing it in the Unlimiteds. Very hard boat to turn. Really have to work hard. Look at the Budweiser sneaking up now alongside the rooster tail of the American Speedy. Cropfeld getting a better feel for this boat now without the wing. Trying to go up against the American Speedy, and he overtakes American Speedy for first place. Jim Cropfeld with a lot of savvy taking over first and going into that north turn. .3,500 horsepower in that Griffin engine. And the American Speedy is slowing down. Problems for Andy Coker and company. Here comes Todd Yarling. He'll pick up second place as he goes around Coker and American Speedy Printing in the north turn. The Budweiser, first place, Heat 2A. Second place, Todd Yarling, the Jackie Cooper Cellular One, 300 points. So with or without that rear wing, the Buds are picking up another 400 points, 700 for the day. The Cellular One, Coors Silver Bullet, that American Speedy Printing failing to finish. Tough break for Andy Coker. Let's go down to the pits.
Jim Saddam, you have to be one happy man right now. I think that puts you in the final.
Oh, yeah, we're tickled to death we're in the final. We knew we had to have a third then to get in the final. And Mitch Evans was doing a heck of a job in the Coors Silver Bullet, but the Jackie Cooper Cellular One come through again.
Todd, Still rough out there.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, but it was a lot better than the first heat we were in.
Okay, the water is getting better as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, it seems to be. The boat's handling fantastic, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, Don, back to you.
James, nice to get that oxygen mask on.
Beautiful, Jeff. It was hot.
Did it take you a while to get used to the boat without that wing in the back?
Yeah, it sure did. It took me about 3 or 4 laps there, and I was just going to take it easy, but we were having a little fun out there and running around following Andy Coker, but he decided to do a little chopping around on the buoys and roughing the water up, so I said, to hell with him, I'm going in front.
Breathing a little better, Bernie?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. You know, Jim's going to go get the job done if he can, and yeah, we got a lot of work to do, though, for the final, Don.
Another part of the Greater Oklahoma Thunderboat Classic, Mickey Gilley putting on a concert, a favorite in Oklahoma. We'll return to Oklahoma City in just a moment.